Going to look at a used dirt bike can be exciting because you want to buy a dirt bike, you're ready to ride, but how do you know if the bike is going to need a rebuild or if it's going to be reliable? Well, one of the first signs that I pay attention to when looking at a used dirt bike is how easily does it start. Now, hopefully the seller didn't start it before you got there so that you know how easily or how difficult it starts when the engine is cold. But if it takes 10, 20, 50 kicks to get started, this could just be a dirty carb, or it could be the engine is low on compression, it's just worn out, it's going to need a rebuild. So it's not a sure sign, but it's just one indicator that you need to pay attention to. Another sign that most people don't pay attention to is a fouled spark plug. Now maybe this is hard to inspect if you're looking at a modern 4-stroke where the spark plug is way deep inside the head, it's hard to access, but if you can, or if you're just riding the bike and you can tell that the spark plug is fouling, it's sputtering. This means it's gotten really rich, whether it's due to rich jetting or the engine is worn out, it's lost compression, and it's fouling the spark plug because there's too much gas going through it for the engine to properly, efficiently burn. So it's following the plug, and this makes it hard or impossible to start, and the spark plug will be black when you pull it out. Now, another major sign that the engine will need to be rebuilt is milky oil. So you should always be checking the oil when you look at a bike or your own bike before you ride, but pull out the dipstick, and if there's oil on it, that's good, but if it's milky, it's kind of like whitish, grayish, and maybe even like sudsy, this means that water has gotten in and contaminated the oil. This is usually coolant getting into the oil, whether it's a bad gasket in the engine or the water pump seal is leaking. So it may be a simple O-ring that you can replace on the water pump, but it may be a bad base or head gasket where the oil is leaking, or with the coolant is leaking into the oil. And if you don't fix it soon, especially if a lot of water is getting into there, this could really damage the engine and cause major problems. Obviously, this is only on liquid-cooled engines, so you can also pop off the radiator cap, and if the coolant is full, then it's probably not coolant. But if it's low, you have to tip the bike over to see anything, or if you tip it over and there's still nothing, then there's a lot of coolant leaking out, and this is a big problem that needs to be fixed if you want a reliable bike. So if you're in the market for a used dirt bike and not sure where to look, or just want the top 3 places to look, then you need to check out my video on the best places to find a used dirt bike so you can find more bikes, cheaper bikes, just easier to spend less time finding a bike. This is Kelly Fagan from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more so that you can stay safe and have fun for many years to come.